Michael Porter Jr. recently did a podcast, and I don't know anything about basketball, but I know he plays for the Brooklyn Nets, and he said something that fascinated me. In fact, this is the first time I ever even heard of the guy. Sorry, all my NBA fans. But he said something about women, and specifically he spoke about his dating dynamic with a lady. And I'm going to share a bit of it because it was quite interesting, and it led me to, for those of you that saw me talk to Brini, I spoke a lot about how, you know, high value men, and we can define high value in loads of different ways, but in this particular case, I'm going to talk about men that are high status, high earning, that those 1%ers, they are always going to be less inclined to commitment just because of abundance, right? And I want to get the video playing, so let's just go straight into it.
Yeah. Nah, it seems like you got this shit figured out. You got a lot of money. So the money you've probably spent freely getting to know a woman is probably a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
The money I've spent to
the
what?
money you spent, just like going out, just like it could be just a regular night. It might be a lot. So what do you think is the most money you've ever spent on a woman before?
Bruh.
Keep it real.
Before my last girlfriend, I hadn't spent a penny on. Well, I used to have girls pay for me.
While you was in NBA?
Nah, not when I was in NBA.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about
rich.
I'm talking about when I was in high school. I used to go to Chipotle and I would have her pull out her card. But that was when I was broke.
Yeah.
Since I've had money, I've only brought like girls on trips or like gave them experiences, but I never like was giving them money or like buying them expensive things until my last relationship. I got into a little relationship with a girl who's from a city that I'm not from.
Now, this guy is a multi-millionaire, and he made something very clear there that he never like gave women money. He would treat them on experiences, but he would never give them money. Let's think about what you're saying here.
What city was she from?
That's a little bit of the expectation. And it was cool, like, because at the end of the day, if you love someone, if you care about someone, it's a better feeling to take care of them than it is to, like, I'd rather buy her something, buy her a little bag, or buy her this than buy myself something. That's
How
a good
long
feeling.
were you in a relationship for?
I was talking to her for probably like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an estimate. How much money did MPJ spend in that year and a half?
Nothing crazy. I mean, probably like, but then I end up like telling her I'll split her rent with her. You know what I'm saying? I end up buying her something. Hold on. Yeah, dog.
I know you're not worth $200 million and was splitting rent with your girlfriend.
You talking about that I should pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely. Hold on.
Now, this is interesting. He's worth over $200 million, or I don't know exactly how accurate that is, but obviously he's a millionaire. He plays in the NBA. He was still talking about splitting the rent with the lady, his girlfriend. And I don't think he was living there. I think he's going to reveal that shortly, if I remember correctly. But he wasn't even living with her, but he was willing to cough up half the finances. But this is interesting because a guy with money like this, it's not even affecting him in the slightest.
$200 million deal and you were splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Because if you around me, I want to know you're here for the right intention.
I'm taking a fucking shot.
So I like this. And this is why it was interesting. Because he's not letting a woman take him for a ride just because he's a multi-millionaire. He still wants to know that the intentions are pure. And, you know, I'm not a multi-millionaire. So I always I'm always wondering, guys at this level, half the time, some of them are not even good looking, but the money makes up for it. And he doesn't want to be seen as someone that is only getting women because of the money. Because they've all got money. NBA, NFL, in England, Premier League, whatever. Like, they're all millionaires, right? So he needs something else to make sure that she can kind of prove her worth to him. And it can't just be about money. And I think that sometimes when we primarily focus on money, and if you watch the sit down I did with Brini and Anu, I didn't want to say it, but like a lot of the times we're always focusing on what the man has, but a man isn't worrying about that. He's thinking about, obviously a man who has things isn't overly worried about that because he wants to know that you're going to be around regardless of what I have. Obviously he's a millionaire. She knows that he's got something. And if she plays her cards right, she's also going to get something, but let's continue.
Like, what are you talking about? The right decision. You worth $200 million. Her rent was probably $3,000, bro.
Okay, but
she's killing herself to make half, and then she always with you.
But look,
how is she even making that half?
Okay. First of all,
take a shot of your water, just so everybody knows. This is water.
Shot of my water, man.
Yeah,
Season coming up. Cheers, my brother.
crazy.
So
I know you lying.
check this out. Check this out.
You cheat, brother.
Check this out. Let me get into this.
Yeah.
It's very hard when you have money, as you know, to tell a woman's intentions, right? So
Right.
I had never, people call it tricking. I had never spent money on it. I had never bought girl expensive gifts before this last girl. And it was cool to do. Like, I liked making sure she was fly. I liked making sure she had nice things.
Right.
But I still wanted to know that she was with me for like the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because every dude in this particular person's past had money. So I never wanted to feel like a girl was just with me because of what I have and what I could give her, which, you know, that's not a bad thing. If a woman says that her type needs to have money or she's only going to be attracted to do with money, I'm not saying that's wrong, because at the end of the day, a man is supposed to provide for a woman.
Right.
But
She was providing half the rent.
no, so watch this. I'm just saying,
She
so
just
my
had to be half your
mindset,
girlfriend.
my mindset was like, okay, I still want to know she's in this for the right reasons. So she's looking for a new apartment and she's looking at these different apartments, you know, in her price range or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not going to live with a girl until I'm married. I feel like if you move in with a girl, you're living with a girl, you're dang near married. So I never wanted to do that. So
So you never lived with any of your
never
girlfriends?
lived with a girl. No, I'm not doing that until I'm married. So basically,
Yo,
she's looking around. she's looking around for her apartments, and she came across one, but it was way out of her price range. It was like double what she could afford. So I was like, you know, this is really nice. I want you to be able to stay here. I want to be able to pull up and stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you afford? And I'll split it. I'll pay the rest. So
Right.
I ended up doing that, and I was like, yo, whatever happens, and
Now, this is where I'm a little bit confused, because he's saying that he's paying half the rent and he ain't even living there. So he's essentially giving her money. Like, he's giving her money, but he's doing it in a different way. But this is where sometimes some people can be a bit delusional, because this ain't hurting his pockets. He's doing it knowing, I'll be all right. I'll be cool. I can handle this. This is minor. This ain't even touching my weekly salary. He's giving her half. He ain't even living there. He's essentially giving her money, but it's just not in a direct, oh, here's money in your bank account, I'm just going to cover the rent. It's like, so he's kind of backtracking. He's kind of, it's a bit hypocritical the way he's describing it, because he said he doesn't want to do that, doesn't want to give girls money. He wants to know if their intentions are right. Well, my intentions would be right if you were paying half my mortgage.
I want the people's advice on this too, because I'm curious.
Yeah, I am the
So
people.
basically, bruh, I said whatever happens in this relationship for the next year, I'm committed to paying this rent.
You're a year by year guy. You committed to the NBA year by year. You committed to
I'm
your
like,
woman year by
because
year.
I'm like, I don't know if
One
we're gonna be
year
together. I don't know if
contract.
this is my wife. I don't know if it's not. So I'm like, okay, for this next year, I got you. Whatever happens, we could break up. I got you for this next year. I'll split rent with you.
You going into it with the wrong mindset though.
I know, but brother, I don't know. I just didn't know. So then we ended up breaking up 5-6 months into the rent. And basically that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, man, do I keep helping her out, or is it cooked? Because she's not my girlfriend anymore, but I gave her my word. But at the end of the day, it's like,
How did the relationship end?
because of me.
Yes.
If it was because of her, but because it was because of me.
What did you do? Accountability moment. Brother to brother. What did you do that fucked this shit up?
We know what he done.
Halfway into the year paying her
She
rent.
probably
know
gonna
what
be
he done.
hearing this too, huh?
Absolutely.
She definitely gonna be
Share
hearing
your
this.
truth. Why did y'all break up?
Well, first of all, to any girl that I've ever hurt, I apologize.
That's a terrible apology, but we can continue going. This part of the reason he's celibate right now. I want to hear the story, man.
Yeah, but it was because of me, bro. It was the same thing as well, actually, we weren't technically boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. We broken up a few
This
months
is all
prior.
your story. You never boyfriend and girlfriend when you decide that not
We wasn't
be shit,
boyfriend.
huh?
We wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but I ended up, you know, like it was because of me.
Okay.
Whatever y'all want to like,
What did
it
you
was
do?
definitely because of me.
Say your truth.
All right, so he's saying it without saying it. My guy cheated. But it's interesting. He said a few things here. Firstly, they broke up 5 months into it and he's still paying the rent. Secondly, he mentioned earlier in that same sequence about how she'd always been with men with money. So he needed to try and differentiate if it was going to be the same thing. Is this guy dumb? Of course it's going to be the same thing. You're paying half her rent for a place that she can't even afford. And if it wasn't for your half rent, she wouldn't be able to live there. So, but again, I want to look at it from another angle as well, because this is where, as the woman, I'm trying to wonder or imagine how she's feeling about that, or how she's even thinking, because she knows he's in the NBA, he's worth X amount of millions. She knows him paying the rent is nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing for him. He could do that for maybe 5 women in that area and it wouldn't kill him. Right? So does she feel special by him doing that? Is she aware that like it is what it is? It's minor. This doesn't mean I'm special. Like, how does she feel about that? I wish she was on the podcast. We're not done yet because I think he says a little bit more.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. It was definitely because of me, brother. But
I got to ask you a question real quick. You keep saying it's when we wasn't really together.
Yeah.
How many days is that to you? If you and your girl break up today, how many days until both of y'all are actually single?
I'm single tomorrow. Hopefully,
yeah, this guy is toxic.
hopefully it takes her at least a few weeks to a month. But I'm single tomorrow.
Single
bro.
tomorrow.
I'm in my head now. Now let me. There's a caveat to this because I don't want this to get clipped up. So if y'all do clip, put this part in there too.
What city was she from? Can you tell us?
Yeah, in a minute. But we ended things completely about I want to say 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and I haven't done nothing since. You know, like when I'm talking about that, I'm really detoxing. I'm trying to figure out like myself. I haven't been with no girl since that situation ended.
You think she been with somebody else?
I don't know. Knowing her, probably not, but it ain't no telling, bro.
Are you like a stalking type of guy? Like, do you keep tabs on them? So you ain't check her Instagram, like nothing?
You think like checking the gram is like stalking though?
Absolutely.
Like, for real?
Hell yeah. If you see her following 608 people.
Oh, no.
And then the shit's 613, I'm going to see who's the next 5.
And how are you going to see who it is?
Bro, God gonna tell me. When I'm scrolling, my eyes could scan the newest person
For real?
that a girl's following. What?
Okay, see, I never been that type. Like, I'll go and see if she's posted anything on the gram, on her story, like, see what she's up to.
So you watch it from a fake page?
No, I watch from my real joint. If I'm not blocked, I'm going from my real page.
How you find it when you block?
I got me a little burner, but
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
If I
Stop
can,
being too cool.
No. But I will go look at her story and go look at her page from my real page. But if I'm blocked,
that's savage.
If I'm blocked, then I'll just go from a burner. Cause why would I care if she sees that I'm looking at her stuff from my real page? Like we was just in a relationship. Of course, I'm not gonna act like I don't care. Like
right.
So if she sees that I saw her story, like people also will go through their whole story views to see one person. I don't do none of that. Like I don't do that. For me, and I didn't even know girls did that until recently. Like they really will know if you look at their story.
So now you gotta tell me what city she's from.
She's from the she's from
somebody bring me a shot, please.
Nah, she from LA.
Oh yeah, so
that's why like that materialistic nature. Like I just wanted to make sure she was, you know, we were rocking for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those girls out there, they'll date a 65-year-old dude.
Oh yeah, they gonna get that shit paid regardless.
Money. Yeah, if you got money, they'll. So I just wanted to make sure it was.
Yeah. So have you paid your half of the rent? How does that work if you blocked on shit?
No, we were in a little bit of communication. She ended up hitting my phone asking for the bread.
Hell yeah, she gonna
which I don't blame her because she went into that apartment not being able to.
So she messaged him or called him asking for the money because he made a commitment to pay for the rest of the year, even if they weren't together. Now, I'm not going to lie. On his side, I personally feel that's a crazy decision, but the guy's a millionaire. And this is what I think some people don't understand. And I'm not going to make this video too long, but this will make, for those of you watching, this will make more sense if you watch the conversation I had with Brini and Anu from Love is Blind. But I was saying that, like, guys of this ilk who are multimillionaires, whether they're good guys or bad guys, but these multimillionaire types, these guys that have acquired a lot of resources through their talent, athletes, you know, musicians, and even people that in the normal world, I guess, that just, you know, they got really good businesses, they just become, you know, really big millionaires. We all know the whole like dating app statistics, right? About how like 20% of the guys get 8% of the women or whatever. And, you know, all of the women are essentially going for those top 20%ers. Like these guys are the 1%ers, yeah? And because they are the 1%ers, they basically have an abundance of choice. And when you have an abundance of choice, commitment becomes even harder. Look at the way he's even talking about the way it ended, whose fault it was. We all know what happened. He cheated. Come on, let's not be dumb. He cheated. But when you're a man of this stature, when you're a millionaire, when you are a financial god amongst sheep, amongst pigeons, you can do what you want and get away with it for the most part. Now, there may be some personal things and some life things that don't work out for him, but he makes so much money that it covers and masks even his personality flaws. It can cover anything. It can even make you look better. People with money look better. But the point I'm trying to get to, I'm digressing a bit too much. The point I'm trying to get to here is that he made a specific, he made a choice, right, to pay for the whole year. No issues. That's fine. I don't think that's a big deal, but I think it was a mistake, but it's not a big deal. But the point I'm making is, and the point I really want to make here is quite clear. He's not like most guys. He's not like most dudes. So therefore, the type of woman that goes with this kind of guy needs to be hyper aware that at any moment, he may just drop you. He may just drop you like a ton of rocks and go about his business. Because people like this, they've got an abundance of choice. And when we talk about the whole 80% of women are chasing the top 20% guys, the reason that we say this, and the reason, well, not we, the reason that statistic is out there is because there's not a lot of people like this. But these guys are less likely to commit because they have so much abundance, which is why I was saying in the sit down with Brini and Anu that sometimes as women, we have to think a bit deeper than just money. Money's great, but there's even some statistics like that after a certain amount of profit, your happiness doesn't change. Now, I want $1 million today. I'm not like money motivated, but $1 million would be nice, right? It's going to make you happy. But but as a woman, and I'm not telling women how to date, but I'm giving my opinion. It gets to a certain point where you can't just be thinking about what he can provide. Well, you got to think about what he can provide, but what is enough? And then and are we going to go with guys that have so much that they also get littered with so many options, which means that you become one of many? Who's with the lady. The only thing I think he's upset about is that he's got to pay the rest of the rent for the rest of the year. Apart from that, I don't think he cares. I genuinely don't think he cares. Anyway, I do not want to become a reaction channel, but because of the last month or so, I just felt like I had to make this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.